George, your group has just released a study. Why is it novel and so important for the field?
So our study showed that Staphylococcus aureus, a common bacteria found on the skin, particularly in children with eczema, infers a risk of both peanut and egg sensitization and peanut and possibly egg allergy. And why this is so important is that it may represent a route to help prevent these allergies, and this is currently being trialed. In other words, good eczema control, eradication of Staphylococcus, to see if this is one of the many arms we could offer to our patients to try and prevent food allergy. So it's novel in that, although it's long been known that in eczema you often find Staphylococcus aureus and you often find food allergy, our study has over many time points within the LEAP cohort. So the LEAP was a cohort that either ate peanut early or didn't over 5 years. Within that cohort, it shows that Staphylococcus, independent of eczema severity, is a definite risk factor for the development of allergy.
Is there something in this study that you could already translate to practitioners?
Not yet. These are all associations. It's very hard to know if they are causal associations, and so randomized trials are needed to absolutely prove this. But I think it makes common sense that good eczema control, despite making it comfortable for the patient themselves, may also have other benefits both at the time and over time for the reduction of allergy.
This study relates to food allergies or the prevention of food allergies. Are you also involved in any studies regarding treatments of those allergies?
Yes, so the rates of food allergy, particularly peanut allergy in many parts of Europe, are high at around 1 or 2%. So families are now asking about what treatment modalities are available. The two major forms that are being trialed are oral immunotherapy, and they are both commercial products, and some people are doing what we call home brew. But I've been extensively involved along with companies looking at oral immunotherapy as well as the epicutaneous patch, where you leak some protein into the skin. And at this Congress, some of those early results have been shown. And they look highly promising to at least confer a degree of safety for patients, so that although these products are not a cure, there's a very good chance that were they to eat these foods accidentally, they would enjoy protection from having a reaction.
Do you believe, although your research is getting further in the way to prevent food allergies, that in any case they will rise because of the environment we find ourselves in?
Correct. So we know that it takes time for everyone to put in place prevention strategies. And we know that the early consumption of peanut and to a lesser degree egg confers a protective rate that is very high, up to about 81% in the highest risk children. So if this was practiced throughout all countries where the rate is high, there'd be a good chance that many hundreds of thousands of children throughout the world could enjoy a benefit or at least protection from peanut allergy. These interventions are allergen specific though, so if you prevent against peanut allergy, there's still a chance the child may go on and develop a tree nut allergy such as cashew or walnut or hazel, or possibly a sesame allergy. So we're trialing other strategies and looking at other methods of blocking all these allergic routes so that children who eat these foods early enjoy tolerance and don't go on to develop allergy.
You've mentioned that you are yourself from South Africa. Are there significant differences between the type of allergies in terms of which country you're coming from? And for example, does a peanut-rich diet that I believe some African countries have protect from developing peanut allergy?
Correct. So food allergy rates vary throughout the world, and typically in the developing countries, egg and milk would be the commonest food allergies. In developed westernized countries, peanut would be in 3rd or 4th place, depending on where you sample your population. We know now that that changes and can change rapidly. So human genes take many decades or hundreds of years to alter, but epigenetic changes can come about rapidly. So where these proteins are found in the food. So what we saw when I left Cape Town over 15 years ago, there were very low rates amongst black South Africans with peanut in the environment. They just weren't developing this. Just recently, this has been sampled by Mike Levine and Claudia Gray, and we find very high rates amongst children with eczema, equivalent to many developed countries. So something has changed within a decade, and countries' rates of allergy can change dramatically. China, for example, have a low rate of food allergy, but they eat lots of peanut, generally boiled peanut. So there are many factors that may influence the rates of allergy within a population. But we know that the worst case scenario is if children are exposed through their skin, particularly the eczematous skin, especially if it has Staphylococcus aureus in situ. That is a high-risk scenario if they are not eating the peanut. If they are eating it, that somehow seems to be a higher dose that blocks that route of sensitization, and that feeds into what we call the dual allergen exposure hypothesis. So you can have exposure through your skin, which is bad if you're not eating the food, or you can have exposure orally, which seems to be protective, at least for peanut and egg, even if you're exposed through the skin, such as being kissed or handled by parents who have peanut on their lips or on their hands.
Thank you very much for that perfect conclusion, and I wish you a very interesting congress.
Thank you very much.